Good evening and welcome to the Job Search Solution, the radio program where we talk about looking for a job, changing jobs, changing careers, hiring. And as always, we begin with the prayer. Dear God, grant us thy peace and thy mercy, thy will be done. As always, on Wednesday evenings, in just a few minutes, we'll have Rich Shavinsky with us talking about consultants in the workplace and what's going on out there these days with that. He's got better than 30 years of experience doing that, and he always has some great observations about what's going on in the consulting market. Lately, we've been having just a few seconds of gratitude, 10 to 15 seconds of gratitude. What are three things that you are grateful for today that happened today that we're grateful for? Just what are you grateful for? Go. Hard to be unhappy when you're grateful. Grateful for this beautiful day, grateful for your family, grateful for being alive, just grateful. Just plain being grateful. Grateful for being grateful. A lot of people aren't grateful. I run into a lot of people that are just ungrateful for the wonderful things that they have. They just not hard to imagine. What I want to discuss this evening was something that I've seen over the years um, that I wanted to discuss that happened last week and made me think of this. Be mindful when you take a job, when you go to take a job, start thinking about where would this career diversion or this job or this company, where would it get me? Now, it's a little hard to predict the future, but you got to ask yourself, with 3 to 5 years of this kind of experience, add to my background, would it give me some experience that I don't have? Would it make me better? Would it really be of value? Would it be something that I could take somewhere else? Would I grow in it? Would I benefit from it? Is it something that would make me a better person? Would it build on my experience and my background? Is it something that would be of value? Now, I realize if you've been out of work for 6 months and this is the only job offer that you've got, this may be a minor question. But a lot of times people take jobs, and this came up the other day, and I'll explain why or how. Um, just because they get all wrapped up in the moment, they think, oh, this would be a neat thing, and the people that are in this company are really neat, and they never really cross their mind, where could I take this 3 or 4 or 5, 6 or 7 years from now? Is it the kind of experience that I could take somewhere? I could go somewhere with it. Is it build on my experience in the past? Is it valuable for the future? Nobody thinks of maybe the experience being a dead end kind of experience. I had a candidate, what prompted this was the other day, he got into the mortgage business. He had had 10 years of experience selling software and services, but he got into the mortgage business because it was hot. He could make a lot of money. Well, it was hot and he did make a lot of money, and then it wasn't. Now he wants to get back in the software business. Nobody wants to hire him because they say, well, the mortgage business isn't hot anymore. When it gets hot again, he'll go back in the mortgage business. He didn't say to himself, well, where is this going to take me? He looked at the moment and made a decision on a career change based on the moment. Never thinking about, where would this take me? where would it get me? What might I be able to do to leverage this experience on down the line? Now, maybe it was the only job that he had at the time. I don't think so. But he looked at it at the moment, never realizing that when mortgage didn't go very well, he was going to have to leverage that experience somewhere else, and people were going to be reluctant to hire him. There's some certain industries like mortgage, real estate, life insurance, and there are a bunch of others that are relative to themselves. They don't relate to other kinds of businesses. People look upon them as just that relative to themselves and won't accept them as experience relative to what they do. So this guy's having a real hard time finding a job. It's taking him 6 months to even get where he is, and it's not very far. So you got to ask yourself before you take these flyers, just because you can make a lot of money in something, selling oil and gas leases or something like that, you got to say, where might I be able to leverage this on down the line? Does it carry over to other kinds of businesses? Now, people will tell you things like, well, good salespeople are always hard to find. Well, yeah, but when you're competing, say, in the software business with people that have been selling software and you've been selling mortgage or you've been selling real estate, you're not as palatable to them as somebody that's been selling software. So before you go taking a job, think about, where does this divert off of what I've been doing? What kind of future might this have for me down the line? What if I have to leverage this experience in the future? Think about it before you take a job. All right, we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. This is Tony Bashir with the Job Search Solution.